Hello and welcome to
Did I Stutter?
And he didn't. Hi, you're here with Jake
And Conrad.
BFV.
Say it louder.
The BFV.
There we go. So this is our first podcast, and we all know first times can be a little bit awkward and a little bit painful, and all I ask is after we're done you lie to us and say it's the best you've ever had. Okay? Yeah, a bit of cheese to start it off there. So
honestly, it does not get better.
Yeah, it is
It
proper
does
cheesy.
not.
they've heard it a couple of times now, and I said that we're keeping it in.
Yeah, this isn't our first go at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we just forgot to turn the mic on.
Yeah, it was muted.
So like 4 minutes of us in silence.
I'm not going to name names, but
Oh yeah, it was me.
there we go. So in this episode, we're going to talk a bit about the latest Star Wars news. So we're going to start with the Star Wars teaser trailer that was released a few days ago, the new Star Wars game that's been announced, the new Star Wars Disney Plus show called The Mandalorian, and then we're just going to talk a bit about Disney Plus, a bit of information about that. We're going to go on to Avengers Endgame, and then at the end we're going to talk a bit about Game of Thrones. Don't
What
go
was
away
that?
yet. I don't know. I lost breath. So we might talk about the latest episode, but we will say spoilers if we do. So if at that point you can stop listening if you haven't seen it, but if you have, you can carry on listening the whole way through. Right, let's start off with the Star Wars teaser trailer. So the name was The Rise of Skywalker for Episode 9.
Not particularly a fan of the name.
No, I think we're all...
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's
Don't
a
like it.
bit rubbish. I've actually heard a few people really like it, but for me it's no.
It seems like they've been trying really hard to just break away from the Skywalker name and usher in a new Star Wars era. We're calling the film The Rise of Skywalker. I mean, we've got Leia left and Rey,
Yeah, but
if she
she-
turns out to be a
I don't
Skywalker.
see what they can do with Leia.
Can have
Because
her
she-
fight.
Yeah,
The actress, obviously.
that's the thing.
Carrie
Like,
Fisher.
Yeah.
I don't know what they can do. Like, if they could have at the end of the second movie given her a nice outing,
Yeah.
but they kind of didn't.
I think her death would have been good if she just died on that ship.
Died on the ship.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
it wouldn't
yeah.
have taken anything away from it. It wouldn't have been distasteful. It would have been quite nice.
And it would have helped the story to push I forgot his name.
Kylo.
Yeah.
Kylo over
I
the
know,
edge.
it
Yeah.
would have. Like, even either way, to be honest, it could have torn him apart, and he could have like been like conflicted about his dark side, and been like, I don't know if I want to do this. Or it could have just pushed him over the edge completely and been like, right, that's the final catalyst to
Yeah.
turn him into a Sith Lord.
And visually, it was very beautiful. Her
Yeah.
in space. It was really nice to see.
she
Like
thought
it
she-
looked good. Stop laughing.
I mean, the whole film looked good.
I mean, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
I
nice.
didn't like it though.
It was nice that her flight through the cockpit of the ship, or the
Oh,
bridge
that
of the
was-
ship,
That was so
that
cool.
foreshadowed the light speed smash, because she flies through.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
So like that part of the wing she flies through, so that's foreshadowing.
I think
is that
that's
foreshadowing?
reaching a bit, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like,
However, back to the topic at
Back to
hand,
the
the Star
topic.
Wars teaser.
yeah.
Actually, quite well. I enjoyed what I saw, but it's all complete pandering.
Right, yeah, that's my issue. I really enjoyed a lot of the scenes, and I thought it was cool, like, especially the bit where Rey jumps over the ship. I thought that was awesome. But then, you're right, the pandering...
Especially with Lando in the Millennium Falcon again.
Lando, it was a lot of fan
Oh,
service.
yeah.
They...
And Emperor Palpatine's laugh as well.
Yeah, they're just trying to retcon stuff. And
I don't know what they're gonna do with him, but I don't know. If
I
like
don't
it.
know. But people are saying maybe Matt Smith, because he's been cast in the film. Maybe he's a
Yeah.
young version. Maybe he's like done something like he did in the comics where he's cloned himself. Maybe he's not. I don't think they'll go that way.
Yeah.
I don't want them to, because that would be awful.
If there's time travel, I'm out.
Yeah. I'm not.
Oh my god! If they use time travel,
Time
it's
travel's
the worst.
it's so hard to get right, and it's been overplayed a lot.
Yeah.
And also, we might get to something to do with time travel in a later bit of the episode. But the bit in the teaser trailer where Kylo was fixing his helmet, his mask that he broke in The Last Jedi, it felt like it was just J.J. Abrams going, oh, just we know a lot of you hated The Last Jedi, so we're going to go back on that. Like, the whole point of The Last Jedi was let the past die.
Yeah.
And it feels like this is just a 180 backflip.
I mean, bringing everything back from the past.
The thing
Exactly.
is, I'm definitely one of those people that did not like the direction of Last Jedi.
No.
And I wish they answered so much. And there's so much from the first one that was set up and didn't get answered.
Yeah.
But they can't do all of it in one film.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not enough time. Unless you make it like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
And basically do a complete 180 and just make it essentially 2 films in one film.
Well, the only way you can justify a 3-hour film is if you spend a long time setting it up.
Yeah. Like,
And
Yeah.
they really haven't done. They've just kind of thrown ideas at a wall, got a idea of a story, and now who the hell is Snoke?
yeah. Who is
Yeah.
Snoke, man? Yeah. But,
Not my Snoke.
hashtag not my Snoke. Yeah, the teaser itself, it was alright.
I'm glad to see they're keeping the idea of having every trailer start with someone breathing heavily.
Yeah, they have, haven't they?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I started watching it. It was 15 minutes it had been released, and I started watching it. I was really hyped. I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. I started watching the heavy breathing, and my mum walked past the door, and I felt so awkward. I was like, what does she think I am watching on my phone in bed? So it was so awkward.
Yeah.
I live at home.
Did that detract from the entire Star Wars experience?
It made it better.
I mean, the Star Wars experience isn't those thoughts. It's not what comes to me when I think of the Star Wars experience.
No, to be fair. But yeah, it was an alright first look. It wasn't anything. It didn't blow me away. I think a lot of
it was a decent first trailer for a film.
Yeah, I think a lot of hardcore Star Wars fans, more hardcore than myself, will really enjoy, especially the last bit with the laugh of Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious, because they love that he's such a cool character, and people love him, and the actor's brilliant.
The problem is, with throwing him in there, it doesn't feel like they've planned it.
Yeah,
like that's the only problem. It feels like they're trying to claw back the people they lost.
There's been no indication of him having anything to do with it, and now he just pops up in the third film.
Yeah. That's what my issue is. But then my issue for the whole latest trilogy is what you've just said, where they are like clawing people back. So it was Han Solo, Leia, and Luke, and I didn't mind that they were in it, but it did feel a bit. You have to be in it because this is Star Wars, and this is you. Rather than
I would have rather they just did a completely new story with completely new characters.
And again, like
because you could have done anything at that point. There would be no like arguments about whether people think Luke, wasn't the Luke of the original trilogy.
Yeah,
like that wouldn't be a thing. They could do whatever they wanted. And they, like you say, they had a whole universe to do that.
I mean, you could always have Millennium Falcon in the background, or have Han Solo show up in a scene or two.
Yeah, or just like the legends of that time spoken about.
Yeah.
Because it was a big thing. The Empire, like they ruled, and some people might have thought it was good. Some people might have thought it was bad. There's a lot of things that you could draw on if you're going from the future, but then if you did the past, there is so much you could do. The Old Republic.
The issue is they're trying to kind of grasp onto what they've got rather than expanding on the already amazing universe that is Star Wars.
Yeah, because they have a lot of like good canon. Well, what used to be good canon.
Yeah, it's now
'Cause it's-
Legends, but it's confirmed where it's fake or real, so they can just pick and choose whatever they like, and it's real now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they could do so much with that's already there, and there's so many good characters. You know, why not just go from start from scratch and just build up a new trilogy?
Yeah.
However, the game that they've announced, Fallen Order, is it?
Yes, Fallen Order.
I have a massive issue with that trailer.
Really?
Oh, right, okay.
The Battlefield games, Call of Duty games, all the trailers are the same. It's a cut and paste trailer. You could drop any scenes from any modern shooter and it would still do the same trailer. Just it has a lightsaber, a couple of blaster shots and a vibro staff. That's what makes it Star Wars.
Yeah.
Conceptually, I like the idea of the game. I think it's going to be great. The trailer is just very EA.
You are right.
Is, yeah.
You are right, but I really... as soon as I started watching it, and actually, as soon as I saw who is playing the main character, Cameron
I was impressed.
Monaghan,
I didn't think I'd
yeah.
like him.
He is the Joker from Gotham, and he was also in the American version of Shameless,
Yeah.
I believe. But he is fantastic.
He's a good actor.
He is a really good actor.
He's a good actor.
Don't know how well that's going to translate to a game where it's not really fluid dialogue, it's more just paced lines here and there.
I don't know, because I feel like I've watched a few clips, so I feel like they've done it like a film. They have they were all. I mean, I know loads of games do now, but they were all in motion capture suits. They were doing it properly, and the director of the game directed the latest God of War game.
Oh yeah.
So and it's very much character driven. So I feel like with how films are going, with how certain games are going like that, and how amazing they are, it'll probably be good.
If it's anything like God of War, which was an incredible game, amazing story, voice acting, visuals, and in an open enough world, if they can do anything like God of War, they're no Santa Monica Studios, but
Yeah.
if they can get anywhere near that, I'd enjoy the game.
Yeah. I tell you what I really am going to enjoy about it. It's the part of the canon that hasn't been explored as much as it could. Like
The interim between the Empire and the New Order.
yeah. There has obviously been the shows like the Clone, not the Clone Wars. That was before. Sorry, the Rebels.
Yeah,
Isn't that
Rebels,
right?
yeah.
I haven't watched that, but I feel like this could be a really good addition to the canon.
I agree.
That
Yeah.
makes it more fleshed out, and
It seems to be set in the Rebels era, which means we could potentially have Ashoka coming into it.
oh yeah,
And
Oh,
she would be
yeah.
a great character to have in there, especially in not a live action, but a realistic setting.
oh, it could be so good, guys. It would be so good.
But it's EA. It
I
could
know.
also be awful.
I know,
That's
but
the
they've
thing,
said
EA does have a real tendency to screw things up.
yeah, but they've said no microtransactions and no multiplayer, which
They've
is
said that before.
Yeah,
I know,
I
but
don't.
The microtransactions they've said,
Yeah.
but the multiplayer they've not. But
yeah.
I'm anxious.
I don't. I
Yeah,
feel like they
that's the
won't
thing.
because if it's a non-multiplayer, they can't really. Maybe if they had DLC, that's a bit different to
Yeah.
microtransactions. But if they don't have multiplayer, I feel like it's going to be fine because they can't really go. Oh, let's have this skin that you can buy because no one's going to see it.
To be honest, it's nice to see that they're making a single-player game
I mean,
because
definitely
everyone seems to be saying
Yeah.
multiplayer is the way to go and single-player is dead.
Oh,
But we just want a good game. It doesn't really matter whether it's single or multiplayer.
yeah. Oh, and I tell you what, it's being made by Respawn,
Yes,
who
they're
have
very
just released Apex Legends and they made the Titanfall games. So the movement should be fluid.
good. However, they're both online shooters.
yeah, very
that's a
different.
good point.
But also, I'm not that fussed by it because I feel like it's going to be just the movement that they take from it, the fluidity, and they're quite good at lore as well. For these games, they've fleshed it out. As
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not so sure because I've not really played Apex or Titanfall, so I can't really comment on that.
yeah.
I do want to play Apex.
Titanfall 2 is an incredible shooter. It's a really good game.
Yeah, I've not played it yet. I really want to, but I feel like it's going to be a good game.
I'm looking forward to it. Might not be as excited as other people are, but I'm going to play it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check out the reviews. There's a YouTube channel that I always watch called Game Ranks, and they do coverage of games every single day, and they do like before you buys. So if I'm not quite sure on whether I want to buy a game, I'll check those videos out and see the reviews, and IGN, all these big channels that will give you their honest opinion, and it won't be biased as well.
Yeah, see that's the thing. Like I watch a lot of game reviews just because I want to know people's honest opinions, and sometimes I feel like you can't trust the big companies.
You certainly can't trust IGN and GameSpot. They have embargoes to look after, and when you have an embargo, you just have to. You can't risk.
That doesn't mean that the reviews aren't accurate all the time. Well, some of the time. But
yeah,
I mean, they did rate Pokemon. Was it 7 because it had too much water in it? Alpha Sapphire and Mega Ruby.
But no, I'm not even gonna. We're not even gonna get into that right now. That's stupid. That's absolutely dumb.
Sun and Moon sucked.
Pokemon Sun and Moon were not good games. But we'll probably talk about Sword and Shield at some point when they've announced more to do with it. But right, let's start to talk about the Mandalorian. So this is Star Wars, a Star Wars TV show, the first live-action Star Wars TV show, and it's going to be on Disney Plus November 12th.
Mm-hmm.
I am so excited.
I'm looking forward to it. It's got the Viper. What's his name?
The Viper from Game of Thrones, Pedro Pascal. He's playing the main character.
He's been in quite a few things that he's been very good in.
Yeah,
definitely enjoyed what being the Viper, even though we got his.
Have a look. Yeah, have a look what he's gonna be in the future, because that'd be quite cool. After this, because I feel like this is gonna do a lot for him. But yeah. No, I feel. So this is going to be on Disney Plus November 12th, and the production value of this show is incredible. I was watching the live stream on Twitter yesterday, and I didn't get to see any clips. They didn't release that to the public. They only showed the people that were there. And by the way, the people that were at that convention were going crackers.
They were nuts.
I saw a baby in that crowd. There was a family there with a baby, and I was like, "Why are you taking your kid to that?" I get it, but also they are so loud.
I mean, it's like an actual baby.
It was
like kids, yeah.
It
was
Star Wars, like, but it was probably 1 to 2 years old. It had a dummy in its mouth.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm not very good at judging kids' age, but
he's still like 15 then, I guess.
He was definitely 15. But yeah, they were going crazy. No, but they made models of the ships that they're going to use in the show, and they set up a rig, and they were flying it. They analysed the flight patterns from the previous films, and they set up this rig so it did like a really smooth loop, and they showed you doing that. The ship was doing that, and it was incredible. It looked really good, and I quite like that. I quite like it when they use that instead of just CGI.
It reminds me how they've done the flight for The Expanse, which they
that's a Netflix show, right?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, sorry.
Incredible, by the way. I'd definitely recommend The Expanse. But all of the flight in that was done with models on a real rig, and then they animated over the top of it.
That's pretty cool, to be fair.
Nice.
It gets, I say, realistic. Can't really realistically do a interstellar space battle in our time.
I'm in my ship all the time.
I feel like The Mandalorian is going to be similar to a Western,
Yeah.
That was one thing that Pedro was talking about in the panel. He was saying that Jon Favreau, the director who directed Iron Man 1 and things like that, he's incredible. But they were saying that they spoke a lot about watching like Clint Eastwood and all these kind of people.
Yeah.
I could be wrong with that, but it was westerns and that kind of thing. So, and that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from the pictures that they've released.
Have they told us when it's going to be set? Is it going to be in the Mandalorian Wars or during the Empire?
I can't remember. I did know that, but I learnt that ages ago, so that's something that I forgot. But it does look incredible.
I would love to see a series based around the Mandalorian War, because then you get a lot more Jedi action, a lot more the Old Republic feel of things.
Oh, the Old Republic.
Definitely, like,
So
isn't
good.
it the Siege of Mandalore?
Yeah,
That's like a big thing.
it's
in
where
lore.
the Black Blade comes from.
Exactly. I think that would be quite good. They might have something to do with that, because I think you've watched the Clone Wars show, right?
Multiple times.
Jon Favreau voiced one of the characters.
He did, yeah. I think it was Commander Cody. He's definitely one of the important stormtroopers, not stormtroopers, the clone troopers.
Yes.
Don't get them too mixed up.
People will lose their minds.
Yeah, but he was one of the important clone troopers. I'm not sure if it was Commander Cody. He might have been Blackjack. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. To be fair, I need to watch that actually. Oh, have they announced that they're doing another season of that?
I did hear something about that, but that was a while ago. I don't know if they've announced it.
I saw something yesterday.
Because the Clone Wars series ended in quite a good place. It pretty much ended at the beginning of the last film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it moves up to where Anakin turns,
Yeah.
and it just gets to the point of you can watch the Clone Wars and start the original series.
Yep. Clone Wars season 7 panel.
Oh, fantastic! Well,
So they are doing a season 7.
so they might.
Well, how are they going to do that if it comes to the end of...
They might rehash the film.
To be honest, let's face it,
I
the
wouldn't mind that, to be fair.
film wasn't the best.
It wasn't. When I was a kid, I loved it because of just Star Wars and like lightsabers. Oh, bless you. But yeah, so it wasn't great, was it?
No, not really.
No.
Could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot worse.
I mean, it's going to be good to watch, but I'm not too sure about Disney Plus having to watch it on there. There's already too many streaming services.
This is true.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe in the future I might buy it, but not right now.
I've been thinking about when this comes out of doing like a rotating, have like 3 months of Netflix, 3 months of Amazon, 3 months of Disney Plus, just to kind of go through all the shows and not have to pay too much.
It's quite interesting because obviously everything is subscription based now. You can you've got like Spotify, you've got stuff like that. You can also pay for like your insurance monthly, or you can pay for cars monthly and all this kind of stuff. So it seems great, but also that definitely going out every month is a bit of a...
But then the issue as well is there's so many streaming services that someone's going to want a package to have them all in.
Yeah.
That's cable TV.
Yeah.
We've just come from cable TV.
Oh my god, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's face it, I don't want to go back to TV because it's just so much more convenient, so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, the pricing seems alright. It was
$6.99?
$6.99 in dollars, so I feel like it's going to be the same in pounds, which isn't a lot. Like
Yeah, that's not that much really. But the problem I've got, right, with Disney having their own streaming service is that apart from Marvel and Star Wars, it's just the classic films.
Yeah, but they can make shows to do with the films. They can do all this. I do understand,
Yeah,
but
you're probably gonna have more.
it's more of a kids thing.
yeah.
Like-
I mean, they've got National Geographic on it,
Yeah.
so there's that for
That's
adults.
so weird. Why?
Yeah.
I know.
That's such a weird thing to have on a Disney streaming
Yeah.
thing.
Actually, that's the thing. We saw a little showing of it yesterday, didn't we?
Mhm.
And it looks really smart. It's kind of, I feel like it's a smarter version of Netflix. It looks nicer, more. I mean, they've obviously seen Netflix, they've seen Amazon Prime, they've seen how all these streaming services work, so they can perfect their own. And they're $1 billion company.
You can do pretty much whatever you want if you can pump enough money into it.
Yeah,
And Disney have the deepest pockets there are.
yeah. But
I mean, they do. They own Fox, and
Yeah.
pretty much everyone made it.
they're gonna monopolize on as much as they can. I think they.
Yeah. I mean, then. Yeah.
They just want a part
That's
of
a
the
whole
streaming pie.
story for another day, anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll talk about that some other time in more detail probably. But yeah, like you were saying, that is a fear that you would buy that and just have all the films that you already own on there. So it's like
yeah.
when you. I mean, it is more convenient if they're all in one place. You could just go, oh, I don't know what I want to watch. I'll have a look on the streaming service, and then go, I own that, but I don't want to go find the DVD. But I feel like
The thing is, though,
yeah, go on.
I get the whole, I can't be bothered to get the DVD. I do that a lot when it's on Netflix. But to pay an extra $6.99 a month just to not get a DVD,
You could always do.
that's a recurring fee. Like, whereas at least with Netflix, you have loads of things that you don't own, and you
Yeah.
probably will not own, because they're constantly releasing new shows and other things like that. And yeah, they can release new shows, but it's a lot of money just for a few extra things, and then the classics that you already own.
You could always do what you do with Netflix and stay signed into your ex-girlfriend's account a year after you broke up.
I know a lot of people that have done that so many times. I've definitely done that before, actually. Never mind.
Although, speaking of Disney, Endgame,
Oh, yeah.
that's Endgame is obviously
That
the
was
biggest
like
film this
the
year.
least excited
No,
I've ever heard.
No, it's really not. If anyone knows me that's listening, you know that Avengers and Marvel is my jam. I don't know why I said that, but I love it.
Cool.
Wow, I just looked at the recording. I know shouting. It was not good.
You were
But,
trying quite a lot.
yeah, it's because I got excited. Okay. No, but I really love it, and I've been on board since Iron Man, and I've loved superheroes since I was 4. That was when the first X-Men film came out, and I remember watching that and going, "Oh, that's cool." And even though that they don't hold up that well now, and a lot of the later ones have been a bit naff.
The Marvel films, the superhero ones, do have some outliers, like Thor: The
Dark World is
Iron
not
Man
great.
2, which isn't that great.
Some people really don't like Iron Man 3, some people really like it. For me, I'm neither here nor there, but
I just like the butchering of both Extremis and the Mandarin.
yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was nice to not have just the same thing where it's like you expect it, but at the same time, I really liked. I can't remember his name.
Ben Kingsley. That's the actor, if you're for the Mandarin.
Yeah, the first one, not
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Carl Slattery. That was his
but I
character
really
name.
liked Ben Kingsley's portrayal of the Mandarin. It just worked so well, and it had so much weight. Like when he came on the screen, you were like, "Oh, this guy means
Especially when it
business."
starts with his speech.
Do you remember the
Yeah.
first one of the trailers for Iron Man 3 where he was like, "You'll never see me coming," and
Yeah.
it was just his voice, really ominous. It was like, "Oh, this is going to be exciting." So I do know.
I was in college at that time, and it was with my friends, we were watching it in the computer lab, all huddled around in the middle of the lesson, listening to that on one pair of headphones. And halfway through it, our teacher came in, so what are you guys doing? Showed him, and even he joined in. He unplugged the headphones so he could play it in class.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is the thing. The Marvel films they have become next level. They are. When they started, you might not have liked them. I know loads of people that did not like them, but then if you've got a few friends that like it, you probably started watching it, and then when actually they're really good. Again, there's some bad ones like Thor 2, The Incredible Hulk wasn't great, but some of them like Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Captain America: Civil War, Infinity War. Avengers 1, Iron Man 1, like all of these great stories that where you see the characters evolve and the world be slightly different to ours, but still quite rooted.
Evolve. It kind of starts in our world and then evolves into what a world would be with superheroes.
And
it does.
It's so cool, and I feel like, I mean, just look at the amount of views the trailers get and how much. Avengers Infinity War made over $2 billion. That's insane. And I've been to the midnight screenings of a few of them, and people sit there, you're in a giant room watching it with random strangers, and it feels great.
Everyone's having a good time in there as well.
Yeah, there's laughing, there's crying, there's all this stuff, and like even if you think, oh, why would you cry at a superhero film? It's like you've invested so much time in these characters. This is the 22nd film that's about to come out, Endgame, and it's going to be insane. 3 hours.
These are characters that we've grown up with, not just in the Marvel films, but in comics and in TV. Saturday morning cartoons, The Amazing Spider-Man, the Avengers TV show, Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah, so it's insane. Like is that the cat behind you?
Yeah.
Oh, the cat. Which one? Mia?
Logan.
Oh, Logan. Oh, it's a big one. But it's gonna be absolutely insane. I'm so excited.
And to think, before the Marvel franchise, or the Marvel movie franchise, there was nothing like this in media. This huge scale, ultra
I don't
budget
even
conglomeration.
think Marvel was planning to do it either.
No.
I think they just thought, oh, Iron Man did pretty well. Let's try. I can't even remember what the next one was. To be
Captain
honest,
America, wasn't it?
No, I don't think it was.
It was the Hulk.
Oh yeah, it was the Hulk.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
That doesn't really count.
Edward Norton's Hulk.
They were. I don't think they planned that it was going to. I don't think they saw that it was going to be this big, but they definitely planned it. Because there was the end credit scene with Nick Fury and Iron Man saying that they wanted to start the Avengers initiative.
Yeah.
So I feel like they definitely at least wanted to make one big film, the Avengers.
Yeah, I think they would have loved to, but I think they didn't. Like, yeah, they probably thought, oh, let's do this. It's a good idea.
I don't
But I
think
don't think they ever
this
thought,
scale.
yeah, like anyone would actually be receptive to it, apart from just the hardcore comic book fans.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
it's changed. It's changed culture.
I think
dramatically.
Marvel is one of the reasons why nerdy is cool now.
Oh,
One of the most defining reasons why.
Yeah,
I'd say,
I mean,
definitely.
There's a lot of other things that are like the Big Bang Theory and all that kind of stuff, which is
and the
a little bit inaccurate. But
and the accessibility of gaming as well as a whole. The accessibility of media as a whole.
yeah, the internet, all this kind of stuff. So to do with Avengers Endgame, what are you excited to see? Like, or what do you want to see?
I am excited to see the single set piece battle that's going to define everything. Like the battle on what was Thanos' home planet?
Titan.
Yeah, like the battle on Titan or the battle in Wakanda. I'm excited to see that set piece because that's just going to be incredible.
I'm really excited to see the fallout from the previous film.
Yeah.
I want to see heartbreak. I want to see the characters beaten down.
The post-snap
Yeah,
universe.
you want to see them really fight as if they've got
Yeah.
nothing left to lose because they've already lost.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the case. I feel that's a bit of what they've shown from the promotional material. And if you haven't seen it, and if you want to avoid it, I would say watch it because they've said it's only they've had 8 minutes that they can show, and that's probably from the first 20 minutes of the film.
It's a 3-hour film, isn't it?
It's a 3-hour film,
Yeah.
so you are not getting much spoiled at all. But then again, it's up to you. I know you haven't watched all of it, have you, Conrad?
I've watched the first 2 trailers and I've stopped there for, not for spoilers, I just want to go into it as fresh as I can.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah, in an ideal world, you just wouldn't watch any trailers and you just go to see films.
Yeah.
But let's face it,
Hype
you
is real.
kind of can't avoid it nowadays.
Yeah. But is that your main thing as well that you're looking forward to?
I'm just really looking forward to see Thanos again.
Oh, yeah.
He's the best villain that they've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's because he's a villain that you can actually relate to.
yeah,
In a
You realise
weird
that
way.
he is a mad titan. And I'm not saying he's right. There's better things he could have done.
But hashtag
But,
Thanos was right.
Yeah.
Thanos did nothing wrong. Yeah. No. So to do with Avengers: Infinity War, so the directors are fantastic. They are called the Russo brothers, if you're unaware. Joe and Anthony Russo, who before filming the latest 2 Captain America films, they did TV. They were directors of TV shows, but they interwove a lot of stories, which is why they became part of this process. And they have done so well. But one of my issues with the franchise is to do with so in Infinity War, Thanos on Titan, when Stark comes in and he's just thrown the moon at them, and that sounds so random, but if you've watched it, which I hope you have, everyone has.
Yeah, let's face it, you've just ruined someone's life if they've not watched it.
If they've not watched it, oh no!
If they're listening to our
Just
podcast,
like, he does what?
they've watched it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like he throws a moon at them, and then Tony comes back and he's like, "If you throw another moon at me, I'm gonna lose it." And and Thanos just says with such disdain, he just says Stark, and then Tony's like, "You know me?" And he's like, "I do. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge." That was Thanos, and the Russo brothers said that the reason why Thanos knows Stark was because of Loki from the first Avengers.
But then why would it be cursed with that knowledge?
I know. There's a lot that doesn't add up for me, because I feel like that's a bit of a cop-out and a bit of a lie, which they have been proven to lie about a lot, so they keep their secrets, which is...
I mean, I'd do the same thing in their position.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, didn't they, for Infinity War Part 1, didn't they film loads of random scenes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just to fool the actors so they couldn't spoil it.
And to fool the paparazzi that were like...
Mainly Tom.
Yeah, the actors...
Let's face it, he was going to spoil it.
Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo were not allowed to read full versions of the script.
They weren't allowed to take their scripts home either.
and each of the characters that were dusted only found out on the day, so they couldn't spoil it.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Yeah, and I mean, it was amazing. It worked so well. But yeah, so I have a theory for this rubbish thing that the directors that are brilliant, absolutely fantastic, but this is a little bit of a rubbish thing. But I have a theory of how Thanos actually knows who Tony is, and so maybe bless you. Maybe some of you guys aren't as nerdy as me. I've been looking at all this stuff to do with the latest film, and there's been a load of theories, and there's stuff to do with the quantum realm from Ant-Man and the Wasp and Ant-Man, and people feel like there's going to be time travel to do with the quantum realm.
As already mentioned, I am not a fan of time travel to just blink your way out of any hole you've got into.
Yeah,
I am definitely not. But if it's done right, or if it's done to go, oh, you can't just use this as a means to an end, then I'm all for it. If they go, oh, we'll try it, and then it doesn't work, I'll get back to that in a minute.
If they're using the quantum realm for time travel, that just opens up a Pandora's box of nothing matters in it anymore.
Yeah, I agree. That's the thing. Like, that's my problem with any resolution through time travel.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's the point? Like, you could just retcon the entire cinematic universe.
Yeah.
A series is based around time travel, like Back to the Future.
Oh yeah.
But even in that, every little thing that they did changed it.
Yeah.
Even when it's at the end of the third film,
Like the Lone Pine Mall.
yeah, it's not back to normal. It's slightly different.
Mhm.
It's in a better reality than Marty first came from, but it's still different. It's not completely fixed, and I feel like that's what might happen if they go around that route, because if Thanos hasn't met Tony, I don't understand, like, already. So which is, I think they'll use Quantum Realm, they'll fight him in the past, still lose, and that's where he'll meet him, and they'll kind of echo what that happened in Infinity War. So he'll be like, Thanos, and he'll be like, oh, you know me, kind of literally like an echo. A bit stupid. I don't really want that to happen, but it would make sense, because of otherwise, like Loki after the Avengers, he got beaten up by the Hulk, so he didn't have, and then he got captured and sent to Asgard, so he didn't have time to talk to Thanos. Then he was pretending to be Odin, didn't want to tell anyone that was Odin. It sounds so dumb if you're not a fan of these films.
But having the other Hemsworth brother, and who played Loki?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, who also played Loki in Dogma, which is also a great film.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't. I
recommended.
I actually saw something to do with it earlier.
I feel like I've heard
It's
of
got
it, but I
Jay
don't
and Silent Bob in it. Selma Hayek, Snape.
Oh,
Okay.
Alan Rickman.
problem-
Alan Rickman.
Annoyingly, I don't recognise a lot of actors by their actual names. I recognise them by their
role.
characters.
Yeah.
So when people talk about this stuff to me, I'm just like, yeah, I know that.
Yeah, it's
I
a
know
film
those.
with Jane, Silent Bob, Loki, and Snape. Imagine those.
That's such a
actors in
weird
film together.
combination.
Yeah. That's the thing. I used to be the same. I never recognised anyone until I started, like, studying it, like acting, and like getting to know who did what and how they've done it and all this kind of stuff. For years, I was the same. The only one that I actually recognised was Hugh Jackman, because I was obsessed.
Yeah, you have a massive crush on him.
He's fantastic. Come on, who doesn't love Hugh Jackman? Thanks.
Let's face it,
He's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
As an actor goes, and he's a lovely man, nicest man. And I sound like I've met him.
In Australia.
But so yeah, I feel like that is Avengers Endgame is going to be the film of the year.
It's going to be an end of an era as well.
Yeah, it's going to be the end
Yeah.
game.
Like, the thing is, Marvel films are really good, but I don't think after Endgame I'm going to be that excited to see any of the new stuff.
Because they're going to retcon different characters, they're going to change actors for everything, and they're not going to be the characters that we've grown up with.
Yeah.
They might be good, but it might end up being a Fantastic Four scenario.
A lot.
I mean, I think if anyone's going to do it right, Marvel should be able to.
Yeah.
Disney can go wrong, but they're less likely to.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige, who is the overseer of all Marvel Studios projects to do with the superheroes, is fantastic. He is on it. Like, and one thing I'm a bit concerned about is the shows that the shows that they have announced for Disney Plus. We won't talk too much on them because we've already spoke about Disney Plus, but they have announced Wanda and Vision. So Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Mm-hmm.
They have announced Falcon and
TV series.
Falcon and Bucky.
Yeah.
Hawkeye.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That one, yeah. Sorry, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Hawkeye. Hawkeye, I'm excited for. I think that would be sick if they did a gritty version, kind of like they did with Daredevil. Then I think it would be quite good. Not the same, and I know that was Netflix that did that, but
Yeah, I think they want a family appeal though.
Yeah.
Whereas Netflix weren't that
They went
interested
very
in.
dark and edgy.
Yeah, and that really paid off for them. Well, I
Some
haven't
of the series
finished
did.
season 2 of Daredevil, so
I mean, there's only so many
I don't know.
times you can hear the phrase "I am the immortal Iron Fist."
oh, that was annoying. That was really annoying. But
But that's not the only film I'm excited for this year. And I've got to be honest, I'm actually really excited for the well, I'm not excited. I'm waiting on bated breath for the Sonic movie.
oh no,
Because
this is
what have they done to my child?
So we were talking earlier, and we were saying, what is your most anticipated film of the year? You're not allowed Avengers Endgame because
Mhm.
that would be all
Obvious.
of us. So, yeah, Conrad said the Sonic
I didn't
the
say
Hedgehog
which
movie.
film I'm looking forward to most. The most anticipated film.
Yeah.
And I am anticipating a major train wreck. Sonic has not been given the love he deserves over the years. You've had the more recent Sonic games, Sonic Boom, atrocious. You have Sonic 06, atrocious. The original Sonic Adventure, terrible. Adventure 2 was bad, which is the good one of the lot. But
Are we just bashing Sonic?
yes, this is what this
Sonic
podcast is now.
Sonic Adventure. Oh no, that's Advance. I
Yeah.
enjoyed Sonic Advance actually,
Oh,
but
Sonic
that was on
Advance
Game
was
Boy.
good.
That was good.
It's when they go back to the actual Sonic gameplay, which is
Yeah.
going
The best one I've
fast
ever played though.
in a track.
In a track, yeah.
The best one I've actually ever played, in my view, other people will probably disagree, is Mania.
If you said Shadow the Hedgehog, then I was
Oh, you know
We
what?
enjoyed
I
that,
used
you
to
know.
love it as a kid.
No.
I was like, yeah, this is so edgy and cool.
I
He's
bet
riding a
you
bike
like,
with a sniper.
I bet you like the Werehog as well.
What's that one?
It's the one where he turns into a werehog.
Oh no,
I never played that.
Not played that.
I did want to play that.
It's awful.
Never got round to it.
Of course, the Werehog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, but yeah, Sonic Mania. Oh,
Mm.
phenomenal game.
BFV, what is your most anticipated film of the year?
Well, it was originally Detective Pikachu.
Yeah. I'm looking forward
Because
to that.
when I first saw the first trailer,
I thought it was
I
a
actually
joke.
thought it was pretty funny.
I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, like I
an
was in
April Fool's
shock.
joke or something.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it just kind of came out of nowhere, and you'd heard that Ryan Reynolds had been like cast for Detective Pikachu, but you were like, I don't understand if this is real. And then all of a sudden they just pop it out of nowhere, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, guys, Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, but do you remember this trailer? Yeah, it weren't a joke. We've actually got Ryan Reynolds to voice
Yeah.
Pikachu.
And
It was our second choice after after Danny DeVito. But we got Ryan Reynolds.
I'll tell you what I love about Ryan Reynolds. You don't just have an actor, you have a marketing genius.
Yeah.
He for when he was doing the Deadpool marketing, amazing. He did a little kind of trailer for Detective Pikachu, but it was
Mm.
him talking, and it was like on about taking his kids to see it. It was just
Oh,
really
his
funny.
wife is like, yeah, he just left his kids at school and
Oh
went
my
to it.
god,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
I
incredible.
love Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
So,
No, but it isn't my most anticipated though.
what's yours?
Joker.
Joker. Oh,
Joker by far.
Joaquin Phoenix.
I'm
looks
anticipating that the
insane.
same way I am Sonic, where it's gonna go one or two ways.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix is a great actor, but they've not been good to the Joker after Heath.
Yeah, but the
Heath
problem
was
is,
amazing.
Mm.
Heath was so good, it's hard to beat.
Yeah.
Or even come close, to be honest.
They wrote him so like, whether it was improvisation or if it was the way that it was written, Jared Leto's version was not good.
And his design as well. Damaged across his
Damaged on his
forehead.
that's one thing. Like,
Yeah.
even if he didn't have that, people would still say stuff. But that
Yeah,
one
I
thing
didn't mind
is
the
ridiculous.
tattoos. The tattoos I thought were cool until you saw the damage.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you were just like, okay, now it's just dull.
Yeah.
Again, when I first saw the damage across forehead, I saw it on Reddit, and I thought someone had just edited him to be funny and edgy. It just looks
Yeah.
like a funny edgy meme, he's got damage on his forehead. Well, he
Yeah.
actually does.
Yeah, because I heard a rumor that was just for pictures, for just like promo, and it wasn't actually. He wasn't going to look like that with the tattoos all over himself. It was just going to be, oh, this is edited. I don't know, but promo. But it wasn't. It was just bad. But yes, I excited for that. Really excited. But my most anticipated is not that.
What is it?
It is Rocket Man.
Yeah.
The Elton John biopic, because
I forget that's an actual film that's coming out. To be honest, it's a low key one.
It's again, I don't know how good it's going to be. I don't feel like it's going to be bad. Taron Egerton is amazing, but I feel like it's going to not be as safe as the Queen biopic.
Yeah.
And by safe, I mean I feel like it's
realistic.
I feel like they're going to go for a few different more artistic things, to some really cool, like in the trailer you see him like floating, the audience floating and stuff, and I'm like, I'm intrigued.
I think Elton John had a big drug problem during his music career. I think that's going to be an interpretation of his drug problem and how he saw his own drugs compared to how others saw the drugs to him.
Yeah, I hope so. That would be incredible. And Elton John is just amazing. That's the thing. He's so good. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop.
He's a classic.
I'm gonna stop gushing over Elton John. But right, okay. So this is the part where we're going to start talking about Game of Thrones. We're not going to say any spoilers to start with. We'll go over that briefly at the end. We'll quickly just talk about a bit before this latest season. So, favourite
I'd
characters?
actually quite like to start with the visual direction of this series. So far, it's been incredible.
Okay, so this isn't spoilers,
set
by the way.
pieces they've gotten, the digital design they've already gotten, you can tell that a lot of money's gone into this, and they're from the start doing what they couldn't do throughout the entire series.
There was one point of the actual episode that I wasn't as keen on visually.
I think I know which bit you mean, but we'll get into that.
We'll stray away from that first, just because I don't want to go into it. I want the last 5 minutes to go over it. I know that's not a lot of time, but I also don't want to spoil it if anyone is listening. So I just want to talk quickly. We've spoken about it before, me and BFV, but favourite characters from the show. And this is spoilers up until the latest season, but not the latest season. Favourite character, Conrad?
I absolutely love myself a bit of Sam Tarly.
Sam Tarly.
He's just such a lovable and likeable character.
Yeah, he's a cute guy.
Yeah, he is so nice. Every good story needs a Sam. Just like Lord of the Rings, just like Game of Thrones. They need a Sam. Yeah. What about you? Who's your favourite character?
Tyrion.
Yeah,
Tyrion's
everyone
so
loves a bit of
good.
Tyrion.
I must say he was for so long. He has so many cool lines. He's got a good wit, but the bit that kind of he's not anymore, just because I feel like he's a bit broken down.
He's taken a step back
quiet
now that he is under Daenerys.
Yeah,
he's taken a step back and is less of a main character.
Yeah,
but he still has
which
his
is
moments.
really sad, to be honest, because he's such a good character.
Yeah.
He does feel a bit underused.
Yeah, because there was that. My favourite scene with him was the trial by combat scene. When he was like, "Oh, so good." But no, my favourite character is Jaime.
Jaime, yeah, he's had the most character development in the entire series.
Exactly, and that's not always necessary. Like Jon Snow is kind of like the Captain America of the whole show, so he's really good, really just. But
he's always been the Boy Scout.
Yeah, but Jaime, you go from hating him to being so conflicted about whether to love him or carry on hating him sometimes, because
he's the only character I feel to get absolutely humbled
by
having his hand chopped off. That just completely changes him, and it would.
Getting his hand chopped off, getting captured, his kids, all this stuff, and it's just the end of the last season where he goes, "No, I don't."
He's going to do what's right for him.
He's going to do what's right,
do what he wants.
which is Oathkeeper. Remember, he gave that sword to Brienne.
Yeah,
and that is what he's doing. He's keeping his oath. And that's incredible because...
And he's paid debts to them.
Yeah.
Well, he's got debts, and Alyssa always pays his debts, which he is doing.
Even though he's my favourite character, I don't want him to survive. I want him to die in an epic way.
Yeah.
Maybe saving Bran or... not Bran, Bran.
Yeah.
Or Daenerys or someone high up.
I don't know if I want him to die, but I want him to do something, and I don't know. I mean, it's not really a spoiler; it's more of a theory.
The Azor Ahai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want him to
not really Azor Ahai.
Right.
Not the prophecy. It's the prophecy to do with Cersei.
Oh,
yeah.
Cersei,
the one that Maggie the Frog.
Yeah, Maggie the Frog says
That's-
she will be killed by her little brother.
Mm-hmm.
She has lived her whole life in fear,
That brother
of Tyrion.
Tyrion.
but Jaime is technically her little brother because he was born after her.
I feel some poetic justice will be
Yeah.
Jaime's going to get turned and then kill Cersei.
Oh,
That would be pure
Oh,
poetic
I'd never
justice.
even thought about that.
Yeah.
See,
She could have saved him and got rid of the prophecy if she just followed him. But she let him die, and now he kills her.
Oh
as
my
dead.
god,
That's
that would
insane.
actually
And
be
turns
quite
her
good.
as well.
yeah. Oh, there is so much that is
It
amazing
never
about this
crossed
show.
my mind at all that could happen.
So if you're not completely aware of like some of these prophecies from the show, like, or if you've forgot about them because it's been so long, go back and look up the Azor Ahai prophecy, Maggie the Frog to do with Cersei, and just have
be
a
honest,
think about them. And
There's theories about everything in
Oh.
Game of Thrones, and I've
There's
spent
theories about
many
how
a-
hot
many a
pie
time.
is the Night King.
yeah,
Everything.
I'll tell you my
To be honest, that would be
favourite.
so good.
My favourite theory, and I've told you guys a couple of times, very quick. So the Night King, obviously, if you've watched the last season, if you haven't, go away now. He spears the dragon, OP as fuck. But he takes down the dragon and then raises it, and then there's a theory that maybe he will fly the dragon to King's Landing, burn it all to the ground, raise them as his army, and then his normal army is north fighting at Winterfell, and the other army comes south, and then they win that way, the Night King and all the walkers. And I mean,
they did destroy the northeastern section of the wall.
yeah,
So they're going to have to come around to Winterfell.
yeah. So like, I mean, I'm not saying that I want that to happen, but it sounds cool.
I would love that to happen. The set piece battles they've done, Battle of the Bastards,
Oh, incredible!
incredible.
That was actually. It was heart wrenching at times.
So
1-1. But they just need to give him a tree stump or something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Give the giant a shield, a weapon.
So many good episodes, so many amazing battles, and hopefully more this season. But okay, so we are going to now talk about the latest season. So if you haven't seen it,
Switch off now.
please leave. I mean, please come back and finish watching while listening to the podcast. But definitely go watch it before. We might not even go that much into it, but I feel there's one bit at the end that I'm definitely talking about, which is amazing. So yeah, go do that now, and we'll give you a couple of seconds to sign off. But thank you for listening. Anyone that's carrying on, thank you for carrying on. If there is anyone, please. Anyway, so this first episode, lads, how did it live up?
The opening credits just swooping in through the wall,
Yeah,
already destroyed. Incredible.
yeah,
Yeah.
They
did really like that.
They showed the Red Wedding as well. They've updated the credit sequence for everything. Did you notice on the astrolabial, can't remember what it's called, the
that
spinny
thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
the sigils on there?
yeah.
The
they-
first
Different,
one
Yeah.
was of the dragon shooting down the wall.
yeah,
The second one, I think, was the Red Wedding.
Yeah, because
The
there was
last
a
one
lion
had 4
with someone
dragons in it.
holding a wolf's head.
Yeah.
But the last one had 4 dragons in it.
4.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But there's no living dragons that we know of. I can't remember.
Maybe it means people. Daenerys,
Maybe, yeah.
Jon, and then there's been a load of theories about
Mhm.
other Targaryens.
Well, the Golden Company, they were set up by.
they were set up by a Targaryen.
Yeah.
Well, they were like
Wasn't it?
a bastard of a Targaryen that was that was. What do you call it? What's it called? Oh my god! Where they're a bastard, but then they're like, oh yeah, you're good now. You're not a bastard anymore. You've got rights.
Hashtag not a bastard anymore.
Yeah. So when they hashtag not a bastard.
Is that when they die and become king in the north?
Yeah.
That's how it works. No, I know what you mean. I can't remember
Yeah.
what it's called.
Yeah, I can't remember what.
Yeah, go on.
But yeah, like they were basically hashtag not a bastard, and they decided. I think I can't remember what they were called either. Blackfire or something like that. Something like that.
Yeah.
They had like some fights with the Targaryens trying to get the crown, and then one of them just decided, screw this, gonna go over the sea and start like a mercenary company, and they became the Golden Company.
Oh right.
There is a theory about Viserys. Is it Viserys the spider?
The spider.
Yeah.
About him basically
Can't remember. The name's
having like
complicated.
a secret plan to put that Blackfire or whatever the Golden Company guy is onto the throne, because he's like been playing so many angles, but he's never kind of shown what he actually wants. So it'd be interesting to see what he does want, because I don't think I don't think we know his soul story. Like, I think he still wants something that.
He's still playing the game.
Yeah.
The Game of Thrones.
Like,
Yeah.
I like him more than I used to, and part of me would be quite sad about it, because I'd be like, oh, you let me down, man.
Yeah.
But
Maybe the show might not touch into it that much. Maybe it'll be the books, because the show, I hope anyway, the show will be different.
We've got 6 episodes, or 5 left.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to squeeze in a lot, or just railroad what they've got at the moment.
Yeah.
Although I was quite happy with a lot of the character interactions.
Yeah.
Arya and Jon was very touching.
There was a lot of lines were very predictable. A lot of the
Yeah.
dialogue was a bit. You knew what I
Like,
knew what they were going to say before
When
they said it.
Bran tells Daenerys that the Night King has a zombie dragon, it's like, oh, your child's a zombie dragon now. They just forget about it. It's not mentioned again, and they're just like, oh no.
that's a good point. Yeah, like they're
Yeah.
like, oh my god,
They're
and
going-
then that's it.
And speaking of Bran, did he sit out there all night waiting for Jaime to turn up?
Yeah, I did think
Well,
that.
he can't feel that his legs are cold,
Yeah.
so he's all right. That's,
The
oh my God,
Night
sorry, that
King's
was
going to
horrible.
attack. He's going to be sitting there, and his wheelchair's going to be frozen. Like, guys, our wheels are frozen.
Oh my god.
That's one thing that annoys me about the show. I know why they've done it, but also he's just a bit annoying now.
Where's Wolf?
Oh, the wolves aren't back yet.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently Ghost is in it.
Yeah.
I was reading an article saying that the director was like, oh yeah, Ghost is in it.
I suppose
But
it's difficult
I don't
to
know.
animate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it costs
I just-
a lot.
It's just a bit of a shame. They should mention it a bit more, or like,
Mm.
I know it's rubbish to have a load of exposition or whatever, but it's like it wasn't. None of the wolves. I mean, apart from Arya's, were in the last season, and that was a bit. That seemed a bit random because there was no payoff then. I mean, there might be payoff now.
I
but
can
we
see
don't
like
know.
the pack coming around
Yeah.
and helping,
Yeah.
but
There might be
at
for
the
like a
same
scene or
time,
two.
unless maybe the pack gets turned and Arya has to kill them.
Yeah.
That would be
quite
heartbreaking.
poetic.
But yeah, the episode itself, I felt was good as a first episode of a season.
It does set up a lot.
For saying
Yeah,
that there
I
was
thought
only
it was good.
yeah, it wasn't amazing. There's only 5 episodes left, and I don't feel like again, I don't want them to rush, but there is only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
I feel like there could have been maybe a bit more,
Yeah.
showing the urgency, especially the urgency of they broke through the wall.
Yeah, they did say. Was it Sam that said? No, it was Bran that said we don't have any time. Like they're coming,
Yeah.
and then everyone makes time to do
Other stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, I mean, there is Gendry making the weapons and stuff, and I'm glad that they touched a bit on that and like him and showing that he can make these weapons that can kill them.
He actually is a good blacksmith.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's such. One thing that I was really annoyed about was he was missing from the show for so long, and then he came back. I was happy.
He's rowing that boat for what 3 seasons?
So many
Yeah.
seasons.
That's why he's so swole now.
he is a.
I'm not
one
keen on
hench
the
boy.
short hair.
No,
I preferred him with longer hair.
I get it because it's.
Alex's man crush Monday.
Yeah. But
I mean, I can see from like that era. He was poor.
yeah, no, he was poor. But yeah, basically, I just don't think I like his hair short. I don't think I like it.
Oh well. I mean, at least it's not story.
I'm still confused about the whole physics of dragon flying. Because
I don't
that
think these are the
yeah.
spoilers that people were expecting.
As well. As well.
so
They're
John
holding on to,
rides
like,
a
two
John
dragon.
rides a dragon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he holds on 2 little spikes.
and then he can
And-
maneuver them
Yeah.
with the spikes.
But also they're in a nosedive and flying. He's at some point going to lose grip. He's wearing gloves. And Daenerys, like, John, I get it. He's a hench boy. But Daenerys, she's
She's a hench gal.
yeah.
I mean, to be
She's
fair,
got
she's
magic
used,
in her blood.
She's used
That's
to
what it is.
Like,
Yeah.
she's used to flying, whereas John, I think, should have just fell off.
I'm slightly disappointed they still haven't made armour for the dragons. They need to do that this series.
That would be cool.
After seeing one of them get speared, you think, you know what? I might put a bit of metal between a spear and my dragon's heart.
Imagine dragon glass armor.
It'd be cool. Don't know if it's a
No, it just looked cool.
yeah.
Like,
'Cause
imagine it, because you could be like, oh, night mode, and then all of a sudden,
night mode
in the middle
It's
of the
not
night.
a phone. It's a dragon.
yeah, but like invisibility at night.
In night mode.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the
Like
undead
stealth,
have
ultimate stealth.
So one of my favourite bits of the episode was where you meet back up with Tormund. Tormund, is it?
Tormund.
Tormund,
Yeah.
Giant's Bane, and they go into that room with the
Oh
the,
my God.
the boy, the young boy,
Yeah.
which
And-
is so heartbreaking. He was so unqualified for that job, but he got it anyway. Good on
And
him.
he did a good job.
He did a good job.
While he,
While he was
I
alive.
know, like, you felt so sorry for him when he came up at the first and was like, please help me.
Yeah. And he was stabbed to that wall, and he was a white, and then he started screaming while he was on fire. That was
That was actually, like,
so
intense.
I covered my mouth. I loved it. It was incredible, but it was so weird. And wasn't that the symbol of that? Wasn't that the symbol of the god?
Night King's symbol.
Oh, right, yeah.
There was the scene with the horses where it's overhead, they're in the snow. They did the same, and in the cave where Daenerys and
Tree
Jon.
as well.
Yeah, that symbol was there. So that's always been the symbol of the Night King or the walkers.
Why do you feel like he left that?
Just tell them
Like,
we're here
Yeah, we're here and
We
we mean business.
Yeah.
and we're armed.
Armed. If you've seen the episode, you get the joke.
I loved the ending. Jamie and Bran staring down. Bran saying, "I'm here to wait for an old friend," and it's Jamie.
Yeah.
That was great.
I was a bit... Yeah, that was the thing. I was a bit annoyed that they didn't finish it on that last intense scene. But then when they did that, and it was just the look on Jamie's face, it was so good. It was so good. What a show, man. Again, wish they kind of touched on a bit more. But it was a decent first episode.
Who was your favourite character pairing from that episode? There's a lot of people meeting each other again.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a tough question.
I really enjoyed Arya and the Wolf, and the Hound even.
The Hound, yeah.
That was
that
very
was quite...
bittersweet, and he was like, "Yeah, you did good, kid."
Yeah, like the thing is, I think he like loves
He would
her
have
as
done
a
the same
kid.
thing.
Like I think he really respects her,
Yeah.
you know, and cares about her. Like he wants her to be safe.
Because
Yeah.
she was always a bratty little kid. And now
Yeah.
she's turned into a very strong and independent woman.
Yeah. So cool. Oh man, this is difficult. Forgetting the Jamie at the end thing, because that was cool.
Oh, that was. Yeah.
I've actually got two, and one is Arya and I forgot his name. The blacksmith.
Gendry.
Gendry, I just said it earlier. Yeah, that, because there was a little bit of a flirtatious thing
Yeah,
going
that
on.
was pretty good actually.
You know they're gonna go. Sorry,
Get his hammer out.
hammer.
I think.
Hammer time.
I think personally, my favourite reunion is I forgot his name now. The ginger wildling.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Tormund.
Yeah, and the brothers.
The Night
Yeah.
The Night Watch.
He's got blue eyes.
Yeah, he's got blue eyes.
What was it, blue? Yeah, it was so good. That was really funny. And that was right before the intense
Yeah.
scene as well.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Daenerys and Sansa. Well, what do dragons eat? Whatever they want.
Oh, sass
Oh.
queen. No, my other one was Theon and his sister.
Yes, the head.
Yeah,
book.
he's
Headbutt.
actually pretty.
Yeah.
Like he's
He
really
he's-
has changed.
He's becoming honourable now.
He's got
Yeah.
balls now.
Yeah,
Which is odd.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, it's not about the balls you have on the outside; it's the balls you have on the inside.
yeah. So basically, our favourite character meetings was all of them.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good place to leave it.
Yeah.
Because it's been an
About
hour, just over an
Hour
hour
and
and 10
10.
minutes. Thank you so much for listening. It's been really fun. We'll hopefully do this next week.
We'll hopefully get a bit more order in what we're doing, get more confident.
Yeah.
But we're enjoying talking about this.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying listening.
If you've got any tips or any things that you want us to discuss on the podcast, we are on Twitter at Did I Stutter Pod. So please go follow us, DM us, slide in them DMs, give us some
Yeah.
tips, give us some feedback.
I'm thinking of setting up a Reddit as well, just for people to like.
Gonna have a Reddit.
Yeah, that would be so cool. But
We're
just
famous,
for
Mum.
people to like post things in, or ask us questions, or just say, "You guys are gay."
But don't say that, because that's offensive to people. Not to us, we don't care. Dragoon. Sorry, we just started looking at memes. That means we're done. So thank you very much for listening. This has been really fun. Hopefully we'll be back around the same time next week. Maybe we'll be doing it live next week. We'll see how all this works. So thank you so much from Comrade Jake and the BFV. Thank you.
See ya.